Hello everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. This video is something I've just been thinking about for the last an hour or so, but I decided, hey, maybe y'all need to know this, and people probably should know this. And this video is before we get to the start of the video, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that first. Yeah, so not gonna waste y'all's time with all the sponsor stuff and all that, but this is how you become a cheat code in Monopoly. Basically, you're playing with somebody, like one or two people most likely. This is what you probably need to know. If you go first, this is just tips from me personally. The first place guy is always going to get probably the first property most likely. So you probably want to you want to be the first guy to go. You don't want to be the last guy to go. Middle is kind of okay. You can be in the middle and still win. Last is kind of harder to win because by the time you start, everyone had started their turn around the board and stuff. I've printed out this little sheet, by the way, and stuff. You start at go. Now this is where it starts, the strategy plan. First tip. Browns are good early game. I know they suck. They're cheap. They're very cheap. So you want Browns in the early game for sure. Light blues, though, you don't want those. They're good, but it takes a long time to build them. And the payout's not worth it for how much you're going to spend on these properties here. Like, you're going to be spending more money than what you're going to get back with these light blues. And also a tip, if you don't have at least 2 railroads, you will lose. There is no winning. Like, you might win without railroads and stuff. It's possible to win without a railroad, but your chances are very slim if you don't have at least a single railroad. Because railroads are gateway spots on the board. If you pull a card, a happening card, and it gives you the go to a railroad, you need that. You need that because of that. Because of this card. Because of this card. You need at least one of these. Or else you will not win. Chances, they're chances. They'll just either go to jail, pay the bill, get out, or pay the fine or whatever. You'll have to deal with that no matter what, even if you're okay at playing Monopoly. Magenta set. Let me say something about magenta. They're good, but they're not the greatest. They're very cheap. Highest one's about maybe 170. So you'll be able to easily buy these up. The problem lies, what if you have any other properties? You want to build on any of these over here. You're not going to want to build on these if you're building over here. That's the big flaw. If you have a magenta set, but you have these over here, you're going to focus on these over here versus these over here because these have bigger payout. This has an okay payout, but these are better payouts, though they're higher in cost. And now we move on to utilities. They're not good, people. Let's be honest. They're just not. You're not gonna get money back. You're wasting money with utilities. They only work if you have both of them. If you don't even have both, you might as well not even buy it. You might as well sell it. Because without both utilities, you're not gonna get payouts out of this. Orange set, best set in the game. This is the best set in the game because you can easily buy them, easily build up on them. Payouts, not the greatest, but it's okay. It's not compared to these over here, payout-wise, but this is the best set when it comes to money and being able to build it up. Best set when you want to build up money and properties on it. But the problem lies if you don't have all three, you'll have to probably trade them and all that stuff and all that. But yeah, best set. If you want, my tip, if you want to win the game, my tip, you get all the railroads somehow, and somehow have a light blue set with a brown set and also the orange set. Because you can't just have the orange set. You got to have another set with it. So you're getting more chances of getting people landing on it. Them 3 spots aren't going to save you. You're going to need about 6 or 7, you know. Free parking's just mid unless you have a rule placed. That's all I'm going to say about that. Red set. Okay, this is when we start getting into expensive territory. I would call this the first expensive set because of how far you got to go to get to this. By time you get to red, other players would have a set by now probably, which is not good. Red is good, but you're going to have to focus on red. You're not going to win just by, well, I'm going to land on a red and just buy it. No, you got to focus on the red. You want the red. If you going for red, you got to stick with the red. The red set is a do or die. If you don't stick with red, you will lose. And I mean it. I mean it. You don't have red, but you have orange, you're okay. But red, if you go on red and you buy a red, you're going to have to buy the other 2. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You stick with one red, you're going to have to buy the other 2. Or else you might as well get rid of it. It's worthless. One red is not going to matter when everyone else has like 3 sets and stuff. But yeah. Okay, moving on. Yellows. Yellows. Okay, these are very high. Expensive as... very expensive. Not good at it's a utility right in between them. So, if you land on it, you're gonna probably suffer, most likely. If you're the guy who doesn't have this set, and you land on yellow, you're done just about. And they have a house or 2 on here, that's at least like $300. One house, that's got to be like $400 probably, and you're that's a lot. But it takes so long to build a yellow set. It's not even worth it. I don't get me wrong. Yellows are good. They're very good. When you get all the houses, it's just you might win the game if you have at least 2 houses on these. You might just win the game upright. But the problem, it just takes too long. By time you get a house on yellow, there'd be like 5 houses on these. And that's being truthful. This is not a no. This is a no-go if you want to win quickly. It's a no-go. If you want a slow burn game, you going to try to build these up, but you got to play the long game. You want to try to get trades going. You want to try to get someone to trade you money. You want to get something. You got to make them opponents. You got to make the opponents really question you. Like, what are you planning? What are you going to do with these properties and stuff? The obvious question, well, yeah, I'm going to build on these. You're going to need money, though. You're going to need like thousands of dollars to build on yellows. Thousands, and I mean thousands of dollars. By the time you get all these hotels on yellow, you're going to spend up to like $2,000-$3,000 on these. Payout's going to be like $6,000 though, so you're going to do okay, you know. Go to jail sign, it's just whatever. I'm going to skip that part. You can pay out and do all that. There's no real strategy to go to jail. There's no strategy at all. Greens. Don't buy them. Just don't even buy them. It's not worth it for how freaking expensive they are. $300 for one green. One green. That's equivalent to 2 railroads almost. You could get 2 railroads for that much. Almost. Literally, you could almost get 2 railroads for one green. It's not even worth it. The payout be huge, but is it worth the wait? Is it just worth the wait? You're better off with yellow, to be honest, because yellow is quicker when it comes to building it up. Green is better money-wise for the payout, but not good for the long-term game. I recommend you pick yellow over green. That's my advice. You're going to pick yellow. Yellow is going to be better for you versus green. Green is too expensive for what it's going to give back. Park Place and Boardwalk. Most expensive properties, but the best properties. Yeah, I know. Crazy, right? Crazy, right? Most expensive properties, the best properties. They're just, I put them second to orange for best. Because, you know why I don't put them number 1? They're far off this board. You got to go all the way around the board to get to this. So that's why I'm not going to say these are better than orange. Orange is better. But these are probably the second best sets in the game. No lie. They're just expensive versions of orange, basically. Or dark brown, kind of. So, that's basically it. Here's a tip for me before I go. Red, orange, light blue, yellow. Those are the ones you want. Orange, red, yellow, light blue. Them are the ones you want. Do not get green. Too expensive. You might want to try these, but they're going to be high as heck to build on, but you can try it. I don't know. These are okay early game, but they're not going to help you win. You're going to need at least 1 or 2 railroads, or you might as well quit the game because you're not going to win if there's guys with like 2 or 3 railroads. But yeah, that's it for this video, and thanks for watching. I'll make another video in like a week or 2. So yeah, peace.